Thank you so much, Tsunami. We are here. We are ready. Hamburg, are you excited for the first game of the International? Well, that's good because we're going to be here another 60 minutes, surely, if anything will go by from what we had earlier.
Do you think that's what Tundra have in mind here, though? They picked a juggernaut into quite a bit of, debuff immunity stuns here, Lyric. I'm a little concerned.
You know, you're not wrong. And the panel was talking about it, sort of this team fight supremacy that you sort of have in this early goings for XG. And I was wondering if they maybe are even just thinking, we're going to Healing Ward try and like push high ground. And that's why they went for it. Because there were those other more team fight oriented heroes they maybe could have gone for. Instead saying doubling down on the push potential.
Yeah, Winter was bringing up the Faceless Void. I thought that looked kind of solid too. Obviously there were issues no matter what hero you picked. This is a very well-rounded draft from XG. You've got this very defensive and annoying Winter Wyvern hero that we haven't seen too often, but you start to think about what happened at the road to the International, and you're like, yeah, Wyvern kind of fits, you know?
Oh, yeah.
We got some swarming units for potential with the Helm Creeps. We've got this ability to just like try and defend these towers, slow things down, and also just really big team fights that have been very game deciding at the later parts of this game. And of course, Winter Wyvern, just like Disruptor, one of these supports that late game, you get a Blink Dagger, the fight can just be on you completely.
Yeah, and of course, that's where BZM is going to be looking to make those big jumps in later on to find X-Nova hanging out to the side. But at least out of this early going, we're just getting a solid laning stage, it looks like, for Tundra. You can see they're already putting a little bit of a hamper here onto Ame's Troll Warlord, a hero that I absolutely despise, but it does actually seem like it's pretty good in this game.
Yeah, it's got some issues, but, it's pretty much just the Shadow Demon, right? This idea of just trying to disrupt who you're attempting to target during your ultimate, also just being disrupted yourself, perhaps. So some nuisances, but overall, it's obviously been a very successful hero here so far. You saw it's already 8-0 along the road of this tournament, so seeing if Ame can keep it lossless thus far.
And already they're doing some pretty good spam out here. Interesting to see XXS go for the early boars, considering the counter that we've seen them take in Toby's Warlock, but still opting to play more around that, of course, boar, and then eventually Helm of the Overlord build.
Yeah, I think it's a little hard to get like tons of value out of the Fatal Bonds versus his boars right now. And of course, the ability to just stack constantly. You know, we've seen these Beastmaster players just very early getting multiple stacks off, and that has been a key to a lot of the success that we've seen from XG so far. So I can appreciate still using that. And his lane partner here, XinQ, on this Tiny, I feel like this is a very contested hero between these two teams. I was thinking that they were maybe going to be grabbing it for Soxa, perhaps moving Toby over to the Shadow Demon if they could, but then just instantly snapped up there by XG. And I have a feeling it's not the last time we'll see this hero in this series.
Well, after the early stages here of this lane, you can see across the board Tundra just getting a little bit of the better of it, and Ame might get a fourth stack here of the poison. Do they want to stick around for a fifth? If Soxa hits this would be huge. Instead goes over to X-Nova, stacks him up again, gets it on the boat. Oh man, Ame very low there.
Yeah, some big value happening here. Has to be past a Tango, and does have a salve coming on. The Courier Chrysalis now spinning away up top here onto XinQ.
Turns, realizes this is not going to work. Toby low. Oh, gets the ruin, a few more hits, but Toby, he manages to survive.
All right, big ward value there.
He just last hit a bird that was going. I have not seen that before on a jug. That was pretty cool.
This is this is what Warlock usually does. You pick Warlock so you can pick your Spectres or your some other hero that needs a little bit of help in the lane, right? And they just get healed over and over. Chrysalis picks Jug, saves the Warlock under tower.
Yeah, not what you expect all the time, but still very good stuff. 29 and 13 for Chrysalis. Still only 13 last hits on XXS. They are really taking it to him here.
XinQ kind of struggling to assist, right? He's at half HP, so even if he mangoes and goes for a play, if he messes up, he's just going to get spun down to death until he has boots.
Well, usually we think about last picks in the context of, being this hero that's going to be a great team fighter later or cause this huge problem. Maybe this problem is just trying to completely dominate the lane and then snowball from there, shut down XXS's timing, because it's going to be a while before he gets that Dominator.
And while all this action is happening in the side lanes, very quietly, we have a pretty big lead growing here for BZM. That's why they call him the best zoomer mid, you see.
Oh my god.
Because he's crushing it right now. Look at him. He's top of the board. Where's this Pango? You know, XM's leading for his own team, but he's under all 3 cores for Tundra.
That's true. No, they're having a good time of it so far. Obviously can turn in a moment if things get a little bit too spicy and some early hits thrown out. But 6-minute mark coming up. First rune, obviously a really important time for a Storm Spirit. And they're getting set up. Should be able to secure the top one. Tiny's there too. And it's going to be an invis gotten by XM. Never mind.
All right, back he goes.
But if there's a rune you're going to miss as a Storm invis, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah, it's, you know, we'll take it here. Of course, that is going to be a major focus, as it always is, for any sort of a Spirit mid.
So as we get close to the 7-minute mark, we'll see if anybody decides to make the movement over for Wisdom. It does appear like Shadow Demon is going over to try and sneak one, or maybe go for a kill here onto XXS. He's just a little bit... Oh, and Pango rotating also.
Yeah. They really need this play right now.
The invis, they see one, don't spot XM though, and now Rolly back and forth, finds 2. Chrysalis decides that he cannot make that move forward onto the Beastmaster, so they shut down any extra action coming their way, and it looks like it is just going to be a trade-off of Wisdoms.
Yeah, that's a lot of time spent here from the mid, unfortunately. Big effort. And, you know, I'm looking at XXS. He's lowest of the cores, and he doesn't have anything to fall back on right now.
Yeah.
There are no stacks made for him at this moment. And even if there were some, like, they're obviously getting very aggressive right now. As you can see, Tundra, BZM's coming in here, he's like, where are the stacks, man? Like, I'm trying to steal a double or a triple here, and there's just nothing for me to grab.
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, they already put some good pressure on after the big rotations over to this side of the map. XG are able to keep their tier 1 tower alive, but you can see kind of the idea that Tundra's going for here. They want to shut this down before XG really come online. 33.
Yeah, it's kind of there's this idea of trying to shut down Ame, right? And make sure, because Ame has been the game winner in a lot of these drafts that they've gone for. He is the big condition to get the W at the end of it. But we're not seeing that pressure on him, right? They've kind of just left the lane because they're worried about potential kills. Instead, they're putting all this focus on XXS to try and just slow down any sort of an engine that's going to give that time to Ame. Rather than focusing him, shutting him down, get rid of the playmakers themselves in this XXS Beastmaster.
And then naturally, he's going to lose the rest of his map as things go on. That makes a lot of sense. Well, 8 minutes, another rune taken away from the Storm. That one was a shield rune. So should have a decent chance of getting a kill rune after the fact. Toby takes over at mid and wants to... Obviously, won't be getting that many more points in his Grimoire since it is still 0-0 at 8.5 minutes.
Ah, yes. To be expected, it would seem.
Yeah.
I mean, that has been the narrative, right? There's this idea of, like, XG are crushing the late game. They're doing so well whenever they go late. They are playing for the late all the time. Can Tundra come in and just punch him in the face, get rid of that plan, attack them super quickly? You see this immediate 3-3 Lycan, and you're thinking, oh, yeah, here we go. So far, we're not there, but it's all coming together, you know?
That's right. X-Nova still hanging out. Soxa spots him, and that should turn into an eventual kill as the banishment is there. Does have a TP away. Any way to break that? Yes. Soxa gonna draw first blood.
Oh, I see some red flashing in the crowd here. Everyone immediately checking for their Crimson Witnesses.
That's right.
Oh, speaking of flashing in the crowd, it's National Alert Day here in Germany, Lyrical.
That's right. So in a couple of minutes, there might be a loud sound. Do not be alarmed. It's only an alert. You don't need to run away. It's going to be fine.
You got like 2 minutes until that's going to go off. So
maybe there will be a hype fight happening at the same time.
Yeah, so check your phones. It might go a little wild. Just so you know. Thanks. Shout out to everyone warning us about that in the community.
That was good. So 1 kill so far as we get towards that 10-minute mark. And at least for now, no big rotations after that one that went up top. Could look for another rune here. BZM is going to go down bottom. Pango almost done with the Diffusal Blade, and that is a haste rune bottled up for BZM. That's what you want to see if you're a Tundra fan.
Ooh, but he goes right into a ward here, so obviously going to be spotted. Plants a very sneaky one there. BZM helping out the fantasy gamers there as he plants a ward.
Chrysalis gonna come and contest these immovable objects.
Is that what we're calling the helm creeps?
Yeah, I think so at this point. As 33 sent one through also, so helm on helm action.
It's what everyone here came for, you know?
Heroes are so yesterday, you know?
Yeah.
We're also almost about halfway to a Battle Fury done for Ame on the Troll Warlord, if he can get to a good time, and likewise Chrysalis trying to make his way there too.
Yeah, at the top of the board right now. Chrysalis, you know, a lot of his signature heroes were still in this pool. I didn't know what we were going to get. A late ban on the Bloodseeker, but to go for the Jug, you know, this is New Age Chrysalis. He didn't force a Razor, because like, it's tempting in some ways, but it also has some disastrous counters there.
Oh,
but
yeah.
that hasn't stopped him in the past, you know? He's usually very willing to force his very specific heroes, but wants this Jug this time.
An interesting moment there. And now, as we are scooting forward, it looks like they're still just trying to get Toby level 6. I mean, they cut down one of the towers on bottom. I kind of feel like there might be a moment where they could go for another push towards mid, potentially. We'll see.
They could indeed, my friend. They could indeed.
Trent's just happy that he got a Crimson.
What?
Unbelievable.
What? No, I'm not.
BZM takes Ame down.
I thought it was the alert happening and it was the Crimson. That's not my fault. I was trying to be a good member of production.
That's right. BZM working his way down it.
There, I hear them ringing out now, actually, across the arena. That's a lovely sound.
Yeah, it's nice.
There we go. Hopefully not in the booths as well. Thank you, everyone, for dealing with that.
Is this real that he's going for the Holy Locket on Storm Spirit?
Well, all right, we're juicing it up here. That's a lot of energy, you know?
That's crazy. What an interesting decision.
With a Soul Ring as well.
Yeah.
Just fully committed.
You know what? If nobody's casting spells, you need to make your own charges.
That's right.
So Holy Locket Storm, let's go. Could also be like some pretty cool, like, you know, late game saves.
So this has been attempted before.
Okay.
But the problem is you don't do anything.
Right.
Right? That is the issue. It's because like you're not going Orchid. So it's not some like super aggressive build. You're not going Witchblade to boost your damage. It's kind of like it helps in fights, but it also sort of helps passively, right? It's good attributes. You're just farming it up a little bit. I'm curious to see how it fits. Maybe it's because he wants to be like this heavy initiating role. And so he wants to make sure he has lots of zips to go in, to get back out, and open up these fights for 3-3 to dominate. I think that's the plan here.
Dude, a Cold Embrace. I mean, this is what you basically have to do, though, I think, because it's going to be too tough otherwise. So you've got the Cold Embrace ability to keep these towers alive, and they are desperately going to need it, because I think Tundra is just going to start grouping now. Yeah,
it looks like they're indeed hitting their timing. There certainly has been an impressive recovery here from XXS, I do have to say, with the help of these Helm creeps. He is back right now, so he does have some capabilities as they move in for this fight, but he's going for that Ags next.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of sunk gold right now that's just giving him some stats, but until he gets that Aghanims, he hasn't really upgraded that much.
Oh, and the potential here, they're smoked up.
Is it our first big fight of the International Lyrical?
To contest, they roll it up, trying to find an opening. XM
he
managed to get it, actually. They do have the winner's curse if they need it. If they step too far forward on Tundra, they're going to be in trouble. Cold Embrace onto Xingqiu, keeping him alive for only a moment.
Oh, he's going in.
Still hanging on to this. The winner's curse is ready, but the roll through on XM. They did manage to kill the Tiny, but they won't get anybody else.
Look at X-Nova. He's just getting zoned back.
Yeah.
Like, the Dragon was on him. The Lycan creeps are there. He's trying to get in there to create a good fight opportunity by baiting in Xingqiu, but he can't get the finish.
Yeah.
Because, how can you get in there as this Dragon?
Buying another smoke.
Wyvern.
There you go. Sorry.
Sorry. But there's particulars out there.
That's a crazy one. I mean, yeah, and like going for these arcane boots first, you obviously understand you want that, but like some extra mobility, this is the thing that this hero struggles with a lot in this game. But another tier 1 tower taken. That's 3 of them down, and still stacks are being built.
Yeah, this is, of course, the specialty of Shadow Demon. Very easy to do multiple camp stacks. And he's even going to get back to his own wisdom here. So very happy Soxa right now.
Can see top net worth still being held by the Jug, and oh my god, not a camp stat.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've been watching across, it's like, where? It doesn't exist.
Wow. I mean, I guess if they know they're going to be giving up a lot of the map early, stacking camps just like makes that eventual steal worse.
I actually think they would have lost their stacked camps.
Yeah.
Had they stacked near their ancients, I do think BZM would have just simply stolen them.
Interesting. I mean, I guess with the Jug pick, they kind of knew it was coming. It was going to be this early pushing, and so they're like, we're just going to give up the areas where we need to, make sure that they fight for the runes, though. Ame getting jumped on now. Do they have enough to bring down the Troll? Zipping in, chasing for more. Xnova nearby. Does still have that cold embrace waiting. Turns, pops the ulti.
He's got to pop it, he thinks.
Yeah. And now he's not free from this. It's still not completely safe for Ame, and he drops.
Oh, that hurts.
Wow.
That's a really painful death because he's into a dangerous road coming up here soon. We have an Orchid being built by 3-3. He wants to create this opportunity where they can target the Troll, throw the Orchid on him, and then he has no choice. Like, right? He has to build into this Manta to escape from that, to have the opportunity to go into his ultimate while being targeted by a Storm and a Juggernaut.
The late game team fight from XG is very good, but I'm starting to have some doubts on if they're going to be able to get there. There are those other couple of big items that are coming up, for instance, the Beastmaster and the Pango in terms of these Aghanim Scepters, but that Orchid, it creates some problems for Troll that nobody else can really solve. Yeah, he's got to do it himself.
And BZM's about to have his Witchblade, so he's gotten his little Holy Locket to help him out here, but he's going to have a little bit of damage to help out here. So they can actually go for these finishes. And then it's time to just start making moves with the Golem. I'm sure that will be the plan here from Tundra and XG. It's kind of a matter of like, how much can you get before this pressure comes in? There is a very important item coming. We're going to have the Aghanim Scepter done here for XXS. So now, he is now a hero. He's garnered something else to assist. But, you know, a lot of the value of the Aghanims outside of taking objectives comes down to how the fight plays out as BZM jumps in queue.
They go, try and blow him up. He's already used his Avalanche, and Zincu, is he going to pop to that? Cold Embrace comes in. Meanwhile, they just dropped a Golem onto XXS. He turns and starts beating it down. The Golem being used actually makes this scary for Tundra.
Yeah, I think what happened is he was worried about BZM, because BZM was kind of getting wrapped on a little bit.
Oh no, Ame forced to pop it again. He's fully trapped in by the Lycan here. Nowhere left to go.
When the dog walks you.
Oh no, Ame in trouble. And in spite of the butterfly, it's going to be a second death for Ame.
And although he's dying, this is what you get with the Ags.
They scan it though. They know immediately, but no Golem.
No Golem. No ability to get here. I mean, BZM, he has no TP. He has no mana anyway. He does have a great healing Lotus. But, you know, it is slow.
They're zipping. They're thinking about it. Tundra starting to run down the river. They're going to get there, I think, just a little bit too late. XXS gets the Aegis. Chrysalis going to drop the Army's and it goes over to the Mars.
That was crazy.
Unreal. Do they find him? Can they kill him? XXS still surviving. XXS jumps in. He finds Toby. Oh, how is this working? Now they get that Cold Embrace. The Winter's Curse on top of Roar. Oh, you hate to see it, but he might be in trouble. Disruption save. Sox is right there. Do they have enough to catch and kill onto Chrysalis? Looking down, finding, yes! XG win a fight they should not have won. And they managed to put it together. And he still has the Aegis.
You know, I feel like this fits what's been happening at the Road to the International. It was a risk, and it feels like taking risks almost never works out right now.
Oh, it was a risk for Tundra to go in and fight that. Exactly.
Like, I think throwing out that Omni Slash was just so dangerous.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's the vision issue, right? He doesn't know. He can't see that those creeps are still in there, so he's just like, he thought he had something there. But I'm sure versus the Beastmaster anyway, he kind of assumed that wasn't going to be it. He was thinking like, oh, I'll get the spin down, but he doesn't want to chase XXS there. He gets pulled back, and even though some of the spells didn't quite sync up the way you'd hoped, it still went pretty well for XG.
Unbelievable.
He was close to having spin here too, but I mean, he's just surrounded at this point. Ame's coming back up, and this game evened out, if not in the favor of XG at this point, because that really does put a damper on this ability to keep on pushing for Tundra.
It's bought time. That's the most important part of it, for sure. That was the Aegis that I think you're supposed to get from Tundra and, start walking down tier 2 towers.
Yeah.
now, I mean, I'm not sure what the game plan is.
I mean, that is definitely a wipe all 3 Tier 2 towers Aegis. I think without a doubt, they're all gone if you get that. So now they are able to just regroup, focus up, grab the Tormentor. So that'll go over to Toby. At the same time, Xingqiu did finish his Blink Dagger on this Tiny, which obviously opens up a whole new avenue in how to defend these objectives and take these team fights.
Well, next up for XXS is going to be a Lotus, which can make a really big difference when playing against a Juggernaut, as well as several of these other heroes. But looking to the 21-minute Wisdom, and I think that XG are going to try and sneak away the Dyers. Radiant scanning right now, seeing that they're not over by theirs, at least for the moment.
They do love to give these to Ame.
No, yeah, they're backing out. So they're not going to go and try and contest. Yeah, they saw that nobody was at theirs.
Yeah, they were hoping to just give Ame theirs and focus in there, but not able to get there in time. So that's going to go to Soxa again. As he hits level 12, gets the second point in this Demonic Purge.
Man, you think about like all of that stuff and what could have gone differently, but they get the Aegis kill just in time, and now 33 going to have to summon a new creep for himself. Gets the Marsh Mage. Kind of a weird one. Love the Croaker more personally because it does that.
Yeah, but this guy looks cool. Look at that staff.
That's true.
Yeah, he's kind of swag.
He's pretty awesome.
I think we should get that as a cosmetic in some of the heroes.
As like the new Tide skin or something?
Oh, no, I was thinking like you get this just the staff. Like you killed him and took his staff, you know? So this, there was a plumber on the panel. I don't know if you guys saw that. He mentioned that XG tend to draft many ways to get into fights, which I thought was very good because that is something they have consistently done. That's why they win these fights, because it's not super formulaic. They play it, you know, more like this idea of there's so many ways to get in the engagements every single time that it's very difficult to predict how the fight's going to break down. You look at Tundra, how does a fight start? Storm zips. Like, is there really anything else? Like, either they're hitting a tower and that starts the fight, but if they want to get aggressive, it's a storm zip every single time, right? You're not just going to like Lycanald and run at someone very often for a good 5v5 situation. You look at XG, we got a Blink Dagger on a Tiny, we got a Beastmaster who can like frontline into a Roar, we got Pango roll, and then we're going to have this mobility and longer cast range eventually on the X-Nova here too. So it's much harder to predict how the engagements are going to go on the side of Tundra. They have to try and like figure out what XG are doing, and XG can just sort of position, always thinking like, where's the storm zip?
And then play around that continuously, absolutely. A smoke up now is they're going to try and bait out Ame for a moment as they get ready to walk uphill. XXS sees the Watcher, does not see the Storm, which is lurking nearby. The rest of the team also wrapping around. They just also finished a Blink Dagger, weirdly enough, on the Lycan. So he's got another way to get immediately into the fight with this Blink Orchid.
All right, I like this. This brings me back. This is some TC Dota, you know? This is some old school. This is like buying the Blink on the hero that you don't really expect it, and then you're like, yeah, this kind of makes sense, you know, because it synergizes with whatever item you bought, or just the way that you need to win a fight in this case.
I think the one thing that's scary about it, though, is that it's also like kind of doubling down on an idea that's already been answered. With the exception of XM.
Because he has a Manta.
Troll has a Manta, Beastmaster finished a Lotus, and now Pango, I mean, he doesn't have a way to deal with it yet. So that's something to watch for. You could also potentially see maybe a jump line, a jump at the back line of X-Nova, and that could be a really good answer. If he's able to spot out that Wyvern, then you could jump him with the Lycan.
Yeah. Yeah, this Lotus could be really nice, too, especially if Storm zips in without BK being first.
Oh,
you know, suddenly you're just yeeted.
That's true. But you can see Tundra, they are not comfortable with trying to make any big moves at this point. And actually, Chrysalis is starting to get a bit more farmed. I believe that's the full Butterfly, or close to it at least, coming on out. No, still waiting for the Talisman. Okay.
Yeah, he's shifting around that inventory a little bit. But XXS getting a little aggressive here. Almost runs into Toby, but Toby walks it off.
And not willing to commit much. And I mean, this is, again, all into the favor of XG right now. I'm at least feeling like them going into the later stages will start to feel better, but Tundra have a couple scary windows when they can keep this push going, particularly if they manage to get the next Roche.
Yeah, and you heard the panel talking about like scaling supports. That Shadow Demon, great. You know, heading into the late game, you're always gonna have this opportunity to just ruin the way that they want to go into a fight. As we do start one here.
Jump in, Xingqiu, avalanche toss. They drop the golem. Connection, XM, roll through onto 3. It's pretty good, and Chrysalis tries to spin it off, and now realizing that's not going to work so well. They are all grouped together. 5 heroes of Tundra.
Where's Xnova? He's just, you know, kind of scary.
They just don't have a great way to make this function. Again, that's the jump in from BZM, but what's the follow-up? Now immediately starting to drop huge amounts of damage out, but he gets the ulti disruption. Saksa, key play, need to find more. Can they get it? Ame is low, Ame is dead. Tundra, they've outlasted so far with that healing ward. And
do you want to chase into Curse, though? XXS stands.
Needs to be careful. There it is, the Winner's Curse connection onto 33. Do they have enough damage to kill him off? Not quite, but he does fall. Omni Slash onto the Beastmaster, and then hits over to the side. XM trying to play cleanup. Gets down Saksa. Maybe a chance here for him to bring down the rest of these heroes. He needs a few more hits. BZM, he gets the triple, though. And then the turd finds the double on Chrysalis. Too much sustain.
Oh, focusing down, getting Ame at the beginning there. They lose it on so much of their damage on the side of XG, and they just hold out. They don't allow too good of a curse. You know, it was good targeting, the fact that they're able to get down 3-3, but after that, Saksa, he does go down, unable to save his ally, but then there's that cleanup from BZM. That's going to put him up to 12 galvanized charges now.
Oh, man.
As they're going to get some revenge here and grab a Roche for themselves.
I mean, this was nuts. How many heals did Toby throw out?
Look how close Ame is when he pops his ulti here.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was crazy. Then the silence comes.
Yes.
Like, that was wild.
And we are seeing the problem of the XG draft right now. Not a great way for them to find those backline supports. They're just free casting.
It's also, we're talking about like these abilities they have in these big team fights, but they're not synchronizing, right? Like the Pango roll happens, it ends, then Tundra start their fight. And also, you know, a full Omni Slash coming out was pretty huge too.
Oh yeah. Full on all of those heroes, and you can see here the cleanup.
I like Toby.
Yeah.
Just standing here throwing in his right clicks.
Every little bit helps.
A 7K lead now here for Tundra. Of course, we have seen that gold leads mean pretty much nothing this tournament. Plenty of comebacks have happened. But it's more than just gold. You know, they have this Aegis. They have this ability to push waves pretty safely. They're going to start trying to contain XG. And now try and march down these tier 2 towers that they were hoping to get a little bit earlier in this game, I imagine.
I gotta say, Ame is just exploding in a couple of these fights, though. He's gotta get some more stuff going for himself.
It's coming. The BKB is only 100 gold away.
And a disruption into push is what it looks like we're going to be seeing. Saksa sends out the illusions. And in the meantime, the goal for XG is what it's continued to be. Farm, farm, farm. Find a pick when you can. As MKB is going to be the next bet for Ame. And another Blink Dagger, this time for the Jug.
I like this. This is just another way to sort of give these ideas of how to start fights to heroes that traditionally don't build a way to do it, right?
Right.
Better ways to try and outplay and make sure that you're not just like super one-dimensional for your opponents.
Ame might show for a second here on this wave, but is very far back, recognizing the danger that could be coming his way. Well, is he? Do they know? Okay, he sees the poison, and Saksa gets the banish. He went back over. Okay, no, they're not close enough, though, that it's going to matter.
Tumblr's toy is crazy.
Yeah. Jump in. They see that Ame's not there, and now they feel like they can go. An immediate catch and kill on XM.
That lack of Dispel. Just deadly still for that Pangolier as Xnova and Xingqiu both going to TP out.
Manages to escape. Hide and seek. That's the game that XG are playing.
Toby lurking nearby Ame here. Ame, of course, no chance at an MKB as he didn't finish that BKB. So in the 1v1 versus Chrysalis, he's going to have a bit of a rough time right now. But Toby decides there is no play here. He's going to let Ame go. Now
managed to kill his courier.
Close to a blink as well here on Saksa. That's going to be another massive change in these engagements. And Xnova seeing the struggle in this game. I mean, 4,800 net worth now. That Blink Dagger, he knows it's not really coming very easily, so he's gone for the Pavise instead.
More ways to try and keep his team alive as a smoke up with 3. 33 joins the rest of the fray. Manta to back away. And so that initiation, when it doesn't work, ends up getting away freely on XG.
Yeah, it's going to push them back, though, while they grab Tormentor, so...
You know, I gotta say, I felt like we were going to be getting more out of this Aegis this time around, but not any of the Tier 2 towers have fallen yet for XG.
Yeah, I guess it kind of comes back to something we were talking about before we went live, this idea of just like taking risks.
Yeah.
You know, this is one of those situations where even going to a Tier 2 is a bit of a risk right now because you're playing versus this Wyvern, versus this Pango. Why bother? Why not just farm up the entire map right now, get an even bigger lead, get even more defensive items on our heroes before we commit to anything too large? Now, if the fight occurs, if there's some sort of a pick-off they can go for, I'm sure they'll opt for it. As, I mean, they can even see now the push up top has caused, like there's so much vision up top, they've seen that, like, oh, okay, we're safe down here. You know, we can go for this tower.
Well, we'll instead start to move towards the mid lane a little bit. BZM again threatens with the jump. XM is nearby. And they call off any extra hits that way. But they pressure, take that bottom tier 2 tower. Juggernaut shoves out the wave the entire way through and is getting close to a Swift Blink now. After AC completed on Lycan. Man, they're getting some big items.
Yeah, Ame's illusions aren't enough to stop this mid wave with the help of the Lycan Wolf. Is Xnova now. He's going to be that pick-off.
Yeah. Should be a pretty easy bring down. So they find and kill the Wyvern.
BZM wants a little bit more here as he gets the regen.
Aegis expiring, jumping. And we'll find a creep. Extra 100 gold in the bank. No problem.
Nice. Toby gets the wolf. Let's go. And look at this. Chrysalis just, with the help of the dragon, taking that tower down as his allies, moving towards the Ancients to grab this outpost.
Yeah, bullying movement. That's what you want to see. And the areas where you can farm right now on XG are few and far between. I do like this eventual Shiva's pick that they're getting on Beastmaster. It feels like with all the heals, that was a big part of that sustained live that happened for Tundra last time around.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of value into this game for sure. XinQ going for these high skill items as well, grabbing himself a Yules, so trying to interrupt some of these plays. You know, you have these blinks coming in from heroes. You just immediately get a Yules on them. I'm not memeing. Yules is a high skill item.
No, I'm with you. I was I was laughing because I looked and I saw there's 3 greedy enchantments on all of the supports that could get it.
You love the greedy.
Oh, the greedy is good, man.
You're checking it every game.
Well, you know, you got this Blink Dagger queued up for Xnova. That's how you get there eventually. We don't have the only one without it.
We don't have any Dormant Curios left. That's always my go-to. I love those. So, if you're XG right now, are we contesting the Roche, or are we going to wait for high ground?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I kind of feel like you can like lightly contest, but that's how they got into that terrible fight last time.
Yeah, but the first one was really good.
That's true.
You know, they're 50-50
awesome.
on Roche fights this game.
That's true. Now, one of them came right afterwards. Didn't even lose the Aegis.
I would say with how XG have played so far this tournament, I would imagine them to try and push out these waves, try and get some vision down, and contest the Roche.
Okay.
That would be my guess.
BZM leading the charge again. And zips on forward, finds Xnova. Ame right there, gets the root, pops the ulti. BZM forced to pop his BKB. And then get out of here. Wait, jumps back in. TP out. Ooh, buddy.
Oh, meanwhile, we got a smoke coming in. Chrysalis coming close to XM and XinQ. Ulti dropped by Toby.
What do they have on the docket? XM gets caught and killed, shows the value of that Omni Slash, and now XinQ in further trouble. Tundra hitting hard, finding kills.
BZM wants to join the party here as an arcane rune, so he's okay with burning a little bit just to get up with his allies. This amplified damage rune annihilated that Pango, and now it is coming for your towers.
And jumps forward, Chrysalis by the tier 4s.
Jeez, danger there for Xnova. That could have been a disaster.
And ready at a moment. They throw out the Splinter Blast do also have another Cold Embrace, so these towers are going to live a little bit longer. They also have Shiva's done now for the Beastmaster. Tier 3 tower down, jump in, finds one, Ame there, roar, on to Shadow Demon. It's a good target to get. Do they have enough for the kill? No! Saksa lives through it.
Xnova bought back, he's coming.
Chrysalis going, hunting, ethereal mode, a couple more hits is all they need. They got to take down that Shadow Demon. He's in further trouble with Chrysalis, just walking away.
BCM's on Xnova.
Going, but do they have enough damage? Needs a few more avatars, yes! Zenq gets him.
And Xnova lives.
He might be able to do a bit. I mean, BZM is inside the base still while the rest of XG is cleaning up. Can they take down any more? Toby is going to fall, but the hold happens.
Oh, Xnova surviving long enough to get the curse off to delay BZM. Gives so much room for XG to go out there, and now the third Roshan spawned.
It was almost an instant spawn, and Jug is not here. Do they realize, though? Are they going to go and check? Oh, man, that was a huge moment.
You got summons. Surely you're going to go. Saksa did scout already. He also knows it's up. He threw a poison in there.
They have buyback. I kind of feel like you have to go for something here, but also it was Tundra that got the last Roche, so they're not going to get a roar. And so I think they just get this in time.
I mean, Saksa sees it, but
they're on the other side of the map. They cannot get here in time.
No, there's no way.
Oh, third Roche going the way of XG.
That is an Aegis. That is a refresher, and that is some cheese to the team that mere seconds ago was losing a mid lane of racks. And it was only the range racks that went down.
Oh, man. This is going to get a little spicy here in a second. I'm starting to feel it. It did cost a buyback from the Wyvern, but well worth it considering what they were able to get out of it.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Shiva's now claimed for BZM. Still an 11K gold lead, but signs of life for XG.
And you think about how that push started, too, right? It was an amplified damage rune on a Jug who managed to get the ulti onto the Pango. You can't really be sure this stuff's going to happen again.
Oh, yeah. 9K on that gold lead. And where are we going to go now as Tundra? Because, again, they are really far ahead. The gold lead is into their favor. You're getting these big items, but they're playing now into an Aegis. I mean, I do feel like they've shown that they have what it takes to sort of team fight with XG in the late game. But do they want to try and just sort of delay out longer? Is there a point where they sort of run out of steam a bit here? Tough to know.
Yeah, these are the questions. But right now, you can see the confidence is back a little bit here as they move outside. There is a great Ob Sentry combo inside their base right now, so there is some good vision here for Tundra. Maybe they can take advantage of that to try and find themselves a good play, but for now, they don't really see a whole lot of what's going on. They're trying to just keep pushing in this bottom lane, using the creeps, but XXS is back to defend.
You could see there, too, a Ghost Scepter picked up for the Pango, understanding the danger in this game. Of course, with Saksa in it, you've also got the Demonic Purge that can come out, and then you're just done.
Yeah.
Oh, Ame decides to go for Satanic after the MKB.
Yeah, he's got himself double Dispel here, so very helpful. And we are going to have, it looks like, 2 Abyssals at some point here as well. Chrysalis, you know, not exactly sure what he's going to do. He's got a few items going on right now.
Yeah, the Swift Blink seems like it makes sense. A straight-up refresher bot now on the Beastmaster.
And the Shard is sitting on the Pango as well.
24 on Beast. XXS has had a pretty standout game after a rough laning stage. And now a smoke up with 5. Tundra. Are they going to realize what's happening?
Speaking of which, it is the plus 50% Blade Dance lifesteal on that Jug, so...
Okay.
That could be very pivotal in these fights, but, you know, that Shiva's certainly helpful.
Oh, and actually going for the Shard on Troll now, too. Ame has that one coming out for himself.
True.
So the extra percentage chance to throw out ranged attacks at the same time. Nullifier for XM. It's going to be the next call, but as has been the case so far in this game, the big save is that guy, Saksa, and does not care about the Nullifier.
Well, he does have an Aeon Disc, so
that's true.
He might care a little bit.
He'll care about that when he's saving other people. He doesn't care.
That's going to help. There was also a force staff just picked up by Toby too, so that's another issue for that. And Tormentor will be coming up here shortly. XG in a very good position for it.
Yeah, they're even calling out the Lotus pools. I think, are they trying to get enough for a block of cheese? Roar mid. Finds him. XXS wanting to blow up double roar. He did not like Toby, and that was 763 gold gained for that.
Okay, I mean, it helps out, right? Draws a lot of attention mid. Ame takes the top tower at the same time. He has a couple people smoking next to him right now.
Roar back up in 15 seconds because of that level 25.
Should Toby buy back here?
Saksa looks for a jump, immediately catching, trying to blow him up, but the cold embrace is there. Another way to save. That's BZM's BKB, and he's rooted. BZM able to get out. Oh, last second, able to get the stun from the Croaker.
Okay, Toby bought back for this. There's still Troll ulti. They have not gotten anything here.
A dangerous situation. 25 seconds until the Aegis is back up. How much do they have in the tank right now on Tundra to fight this?
I think they want to try and kite this, right? If you can get a disruption or something, try and like bait them into a bad fight right now if you can. And XG are backing away because they don't want that. They don't want to fight with no Aegis. There's no point.
Playing it safe. They get the double roar, they find themselves the kill, they walk down mid, they get a buyback as well.
And they're going to start pushing this wave. They're going to try and find something right now. There's a circle there from BZM. He encircles exactly where they are.
Look at XG, they're just running back to the base.
They're drawing the exact same line that Tundra are moving on right now. They're perfectly predicting this. Will this Swift Blink open something up for Chrysalis? Will he get lucky with a bash? What does he have?
Jumps in, zips, finds one, it's onto the Beastmaster. Is it going to be enough? He got the Lotus off, but it's onto Ame. He pops the ulti, trying to stay alive, but a huge crit blows up one. Ame turns back now onto the jump, trying to find that kill. Chrysalis, he's out of here. A huge kill, and now looking for more. That's 2 down.
He's trying to get XXS, but he's just running.
33 is in, 2-4, and XXS is healing up through this. But wait, they're also kiting over to the other side. 2 fights going on simultaneously. Looks like XM is able to get away for a moment, and the Pango rolls. Ethereal mode, trying to survive. Kills off Saksa on nothing, and he gets the blink away.
He's got the barrier.
I can't believe XM did that, getting away with murder, and now XXS also finds himself the storm. The toss, no! He gets the BKB out. Tundra in shambles after that fight. I mean, they got torn apart.
They look the same, I'll tell you that, since the break. This is XG. They have not lost a step right now.
Oh.
Simply utilizing their opponent's net worth lead to gain more gold.
Yes.
It's genius.
And now they do not have a Warlock for this defense because of the buyback. I mean, also no Golem for 80, so even when he's back up, it doesn't really matter. This is going to be a full lane of racks for XG as they take this down. And, I mean, how much more do they want to go for? What's the call, XG? Still 18 seconds till Jug is back up. 33 is behind them. And Pango is not quite here yet. Oh, Ame's just going to leave his illusions there and slowly back away.
X-Nova is just calling for the retreat, drops some vision behind
33?
him.
Oh, I thought he was going to go in, but no. He is sending in his creep and finds XM. Could see Dota plus win probability still in favor of Tundra somehow. But it's starting to swing, I think.
I mean, if they eventually win a fight, it'll be great.
Yes.
So far, they consistently have not been able to do that. Yeah, Ame is picking up the lion's share of this gold, so just immediately buys himself bots too.
And buys out for it. So he will have buyback in, you know, a couple of creep camps, but if the fight happens before then, that could be a problem.
And they're still staying on the aggressive here, going in behind the creep wave, thinking, hey, they come on out, but I mean, they have Ops and Sentry in this area, so they're pretty sure it's empty. Hoping that someone's smoking through, they can catch them off guard, perhaps. As Saksa is lurking in behind, grabbing these waves right now, trying to delay things once more.
Do whatever they can to stop the push that they know might be coming back their way. And the other thing now, too, is that with bots 2 online, Ame has the buyback TP in play to potentially just end it if the fight looks good.
That is true. They have so much split push potential on Tundra, though. It's very annoying. Like we got the multiple wolves now for the Lycan. He got the +2 at 25. So he's sending them out right now. He's got his Helm of the Overlord creep. You got a Storm Spirit who's zipping around. And have we gotten a good catch for this Storm yet?
Not really.
We don't have Scythe really.
The best thing that we've seen is Troll Roots. And Saksa tries to blink away, TP out. Do they find him? Oh, he's sneaky, sneaky Saksa.
Yeah, he was here for so long too. Xnova will find his ward though. Figuring, okay, if this guy's been here for that long, he definitely dropped some vision. So good eye on that one.
But again, you bring all those people over, what are Tundra doing? Shoving out all of those lanes. They've got one in pushed very far on bottom. They do see Ame bottom alone.
XSS, Lotus is forced out here, but doesn't panic BKB.
Yeah, and Ame now TP's mid and realizes we're in the area.
I mean, it's when you look at a creep wave and you got 5 wolves on it from the shard, and you're just like, okay. This is a little crazy.
Chrysalis shows on the wave, so does Ame. Underneath some sentries, but no great vision.
He's going in.
Now they find him. There it is, immediately popping away with that Aeon disc. Ame is hitting onto these creeps, but off to the side, it's BZM that was able to blow up Xnova.
That's a buyback.
Roar now, connection. Do they have enough to bring down BZM? BZM zips away. Second roll now coming from XM.
We're still holding Omni Slash.
There's still a bunch of team fight that can come out here from Tundra.
Dude, he can't get out.
Kill him. 33 gets fully rooted.
Just locked down, no way out. Bought back on Xnova to secure the Roche pit. They're still chasing though. They're not happy with just Roche.
Ready for a moment, toss away Chrysalis, but the Omni Slash waits for a start and gets it there. It's on to Ame. Is it enough for the finish though? No. Ame hits, now immediately away, and Satanic's back up. They even passed the cheese over to him. But they need to back out now on XG. They might be a bit too far forward. Even without 33, it's a dangerous time to stick around.
And they know too, right? There's no worries here. Go back, get another Aegis cheese refresher shard. And Tundra, what can you do?
The roar is there. They know it's going to be dropping quick. Tundra, we always knew that this could have been an option.
There's still a curse right now. There's no Omni Slash.
Think about a zip. BZM not going in yet. The roar is there. Finds him. Chrysalis disruption, saving his life. Roche falling low. Not dead yet. Waiting. Jumping. BZM, no, they curse right at the end. Great play by Xnova, and that stops this battle in its tracks. Rooted. BZM manages to get the zip out, but gets caught by XM. And then able to zip away. But the damage has been done. XG, China is back, baby.
Great patience there from Xnova to hold out on that curse there. Make sure there wasn't going to be a zip-in steal, because he definitely had the moment. But it was taken away by Xnova. And these buybacks have been very clutch from him, not diebacking after, and just helping to secure these objectives. And there's also an Amplify damage rune here, it looks like, in the river, too.
All of this being done by Xnova without a Blink Dagger. He's still got it queued up and soon will be ready for more jumps. But again, this constant question comes back up. Do you want to try and walk high ground, threaten high ground? Or maybe you just kill them right when they come to mid lane?
Oh, that one hurts. I mean, this is the road to Scythe right now for BZM, and this is going to cost it for him. Like, this will be a buyback. Surely they're going to push right now. Dead Storm Spirit, 2 cheese, an Aegis, a Refresher Shard. They are coming high ground right now.
BZM, you got to do something to stop this.
They're calling for a wraparound. Chrysalis is trying to get an angle for an insane Omni Slash. He's decided this is the play for them right now.
You've got to do something. You need anything you can get. Fatal Bonds can also go crazy here if they can get the right opening, the right initiation. But after they get the entire racks, they just back out. Now underneath vision, Ame moves over, takes away the ward, and that stops it.
They don't want to go in, like, if they haven't bought back already.
Yeah.
You know, they're just going to sack the racks instead, knowing they have a tier 2 bottom. So they will hold that. They're going to give BZM his opportunity for perhaps another buyback after, just in case this push comes bottom lane for the Megas.
Very fortunate for Tundra that they had not lost that bottom tier 2 tower yet. You can see Dota Plus, in spite of the dominant position, they feel like it's still just 50-50. And to be honest, you win one fight with this Tundra lineup at this stage of the game, they could run down lanes. It's a possibility, but it's feeling harder and harder for it to function.
Can they kill Ame twice, though? I mean, once is hard enough. Oh, Vlad's as well. That's a GG Vlad's right there from ZinQ.
Oh, yeah, he knows.
Flying that out. He just wants a little last item, squeeze out every bit of juice he's got left. He's got no buyback anyway, so he wants to give his team an aura to go high ground.
You know, and we talked about it. Do you take the risk as XG to go high ground? You got double cheese, you got Aegis for 2 minutes. They're still not willing to. This is a patient team. They have waited years to get back into this situation to be playing at TI. They can wait another 10 minutes.
Also, more fantasy points.
True enough. Condolences to those that didn't lock in yet. But we are ready to keep that pressure on. And for Tundra, got to find some wraparound, some way to break the status quo.
This is the kind of game, too, that if you lose this as Tundra, like, it hurts. Because it feels like you've been controlling a lot of this game, right? You've always had the kill lead. A lot of the game, you've had the gold lead. And yet you just couldn't quite sync things up the way that you were hoping for with this lineup.
Well, and it was, you know, one specific moment of going for that Roche fight that really started the turn. And then it was like everything else after that also starting to fall apart bit by bit. A disruption onto Ame. XM immediately ready to cover his carry.
Yeah, I really foolishly believed this wasn't going to happen. I was like, this game won't go long. Nah, one way or another, I think it'll be a quick one.
You know, there's a lot of people that weren't quite sure also if, you know, this team was going to be able to maintain that level of play going into, you know, the international itself playing. But when the games go late, China somehow always seems to be able to pull out these amazing comebacks.
Yeah, I think for me watching XG and Tidebound, it has definitely looked like it's just this surplus of tools that they have as we get to this late game. Because they're just so good at breaking down these team fights, and it's like they've already thought about all these different permutations, and they have these ideas and these combos they want to use, and all of this together, there must be like some just very strong, either just insight that they already have, or communication of just how these fights can happen and all the different tools we have to make them go our own way, right?
So they hold on to this high ground there, Chrysalis. You know, this is the one downside, too, when you're playing Battle Fury heroes that don't have a helm also. It means you have to, like, show on a wave and then you might die. Otherwise, you can just send down creeps. It's fine.
It is crazy that we have heroes that buy Battle Fury and helm. I just want the fact that you had to point that out is insanity.
One of them got banned, you know? It was the
I know.
So still floating a lot of gold at this point. BZM opting, of course, like you talk about, for the Hex instead of something like an Aghanim Scepter.
XM is getting close here. That we're very, very concentrated down here.
A jump for a moment. Finds him. Now the Golem to try and turn it. 33 right on top as well. Do they have enough damage to take him down? Yes! BZM gone again, and the winner's curse, and the wolf has been leashed.
Let me guess, rooted?
Rooted forever. Ame, double kill. Takes them both down. Can they find more? The TP away looks, but not quite able to break that one. Roar gone. They take down another 3 clutch kills, and the buyback from BZM, it was not able to get back into this fight.
You know, I'm starting to think that this Troll Warlord hero might be a problem in the late game. Because it would appear there's nothing you can do when you're just constantly being rooted and dying.
You're not wrong. It's kind of crazy how that functions.
Chrysalis, he's looking for a snipe. This is a dangerous play.
I mean, you got to do something, right? Oh, he didn't go for it. Wanted to save the Omni Slash. It was close to an explosion. But the Nullifier, oh, he can't get up to the high round. Toby is going to be caught and killed. And now the silence onto the Troll does not matter. Still manages to kill the Golem. They buy back on 33. XG wanting to close out this game here.
They're thinking about it.
Sans Aegis, they move in. Now the pull back. There's the buyback on all the heroes. Do they have anything else left in the tank? That's a dead Soxa. Chrysalis tries to back away, still has Omni Slash when he comes out of this. Ame still alive. Hitting onto towers. 33 ready to jump. Do they have anything else left in the tank? They find him. He's out of the game. XM, come back. No, that's the wrong way. XM somehow stuck out of the base. Do they have enough damage? Yes, they do. Ame now hits to the side, trying to find a route, can't quite get it, but the roar is there. Immediately it's dispelled off the end of it, but it won't matter. Chrysalis still to die. BZM, the last one left alive. They buy back on Jug. He needs a little bit more time before he can get Omni Slash back up. 5 seconds, but in that time, your racks are gone. They have Megas.
You know, XM taking the theme a little bit too seriously, heading into outer space there, but it didn't matter because he got the very important leading stun on 3-3, which gave the roots over to Ame and secured the kill.
One last chance to dance for the Juggernaut. Can he get in there and make an Omni Slash happen to stop this push? It does not look like it as they step themselves forward. There's the connection. Immediately, he goes away. He dodges it completely. The staff gets him out. GG is called. XG, they win game number 1.
They were down, but they were not out. XG continuing to show this